Have you ever felt that your past experiences have negatively affected your current state of being? Your childhood plays a major role in shaping the person you become as you grow older. Adverse childhood experiences, or ACEs for short, are traumatic events that occur before the age of 18. If you experienced ACEs, you may suffer from poorer physical and mental health and emotional trauma. According to the National Survey of Children's Health, over 61% of adults in the United States reportedly experienced at least one type of ACE, while approximately 1 in every 6 people experienced as many as 4 or more. With that said, here are the 7 most common kinds of childhood trauma, or ACEs. 1. Abuse. Whether it's physical, emotional, or sexual in nature, abuse takes a serious toll on your mental health and is by far the most harmful of all adverse childhood experiences. Being abused or watching a parent or sibling being abused, especially at a young age, can lead to a number of serious, often long-term psychological consequences. It gives you a negative outlook on life, damages your self-esteem, and leaves you struggling with constant feelings of loneliness, emptiness, and hopelessness, even as you grow older. According to a study conducted by Teacher and Anderson, child abuse and domestic violence also puts you at higher risk of developing clinical depression, PTSD, and tendencies of self-harm and suicidal behavior. Statistics also show that approximately 30 to 40% of children who were victims of abuse grew up to become abusers later on in their lives too. 2. Neglect. An equally dangerous and traumatizing kind of ACE is neglect, an often overlooked form of abuse. Neglect is defined by researcher Dr. Glasser as a deficit in meeting a child's basic needs. Child neglect refers to parents' failure to provide adequate food, clothing, shelter, educational, emotional support, and medical care to their children. Some of the most common examples of child neglect include the following: abandonment, irresponsible supervision, severe punishment such as starving a child or threatening them with violence, and emotional neglect such as dismissive behavior, being unsupportive, or being absent at important life events. If you're a victim of child neglect, you may find that you have difficulty forming healthy and stable relationships as you grow older, or maybe you're already experiencing this issue now. 3, mental health issues. Mental health issues considered to be adverse childhood experiences mainly refer to the mental illness of a parent and how it can negatively affect a child's life. According to the Yale Medicine Child Study Center, over 15 million children in the United States live with a parent who has been diagnosed with severe depression. Because depression compromises parental bonding and nurturing, depressed parents have been found to interact with their children in ways that seriously impair their development. They tend to be less supportive and less affectionate with their children, and as a result may severely neglect your emotional needs and cause you to grow up to be emotionally stunted. 4, risky behaviors. Risky behaviors are defined as any potentially health or life-threatening behaviors that endanger the safety and well-being of both the parent and their child. The most common kinds of risky behaviors are alcohol abuse and substance abuse. Because children are so susceptible to the examples and influences of their parents, it's no surprise that if you have an alcoholic or drug-dependent parent, you're more likely to develop substance abuse problems of your own in the future. You're also more likely to struggle with feelings of shame, guilt, and isolation, suffer from lack of attention, have a fear of anger and conflict, and suffer from depression or anxiety. 5, serious injury. Have you ever been in an accident or gotten hurt badly? Do you have childhood injuries that still haunt you even to this day? Car accidents, falls, explosions, animal bites, and other kinds of accidents are incredibly distressing experiences to go through. And the injuries you get from them can be irreparable. Fractures, burns, the loss of a limb, brain damage, and the loss of major senses such as hearing or sight are all examples of adverse childhood experiences. 6, serious illness. Aside from injuries and accidents, being diagnosed with a serious illness can be considered a traumatic childhood experience as well. If you're a child who has battled deadly or infectious illnesses such as cancer, heart problems, and malaria, you may have often felt isolated from your peers because you spent so much of your time being treated at hospitals or clinics. According to a study conducted by Schilling, Asseltine, and Gore, The severity of your symptoms might also restrict your lifestyle and keep you from doing the things that you want, while your parents may suddenly become more controlling and protective. And number 7, problems at school. Lastly, but not least, adverse childhood experiences don't only take place at home. Many school-related problems can also be traumatizing for children at a young age, especially bullying. Because a child lacks the emotional maturity to understand that it's not their fault for falling victim to bullying, most of them internalize the experiences, and you may have wrongly come to believe that you somehow deserved it. It warps your view of others and of yourself and leaves you struggling with feelings of loneliness, helplessness, depression, and anxiety. The emotional and psychological scars carved into you by your childhood can be so deep that they stay with you well into adulthood. Acknowledging your pain and understanding your trauma is the first step into the journey of healing from it. By learning to accept your past, no matter how terrible it may have been, you're making a conscious effort to move on and keep it from defining your future. Have you experienced any of these traumatic events when you were a child? Are you still struggling to get over it? Reach out to a mental health care professional today and get the help you need. If you found this video helpful, please like and share it with someone who might benefit from it.
Welcome. So this meditation is for processing traumatic memories, healing them with your attention and sweet awareness. I highly recommend that you don't use this meditation for your most traumatic memories, as you might want to have a therapist around. If you would go into very heavy, intense, bad memories, but if you feel like you would like to heal some more minor traumas, this meditation will be very suited, and I hope you will receive some relief. Make yourself comfortable. You can lie down or sit upright. In any case, make sure that the place where you are now choosing to meditate is a place where you feel safe. Also, for example, to express yourself with crying if you feel like that. And when you're ready, get comfortable and close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths to settle into the meditation. Imagine walking through this beautiful crystal cave. And all the crystals are radiating beautiful soft light. And the beauty also brings you a bit of peace in your heart. You walk slowly and relaxed through this cave. finally reaching a bit of a central hole in that cave. There is a special wall here which you go and sit in front of. It's a flat surface, shiny like crystals are. And now you can, with your mind, ask this wall to show you whatever you want to be shown. And you can also, at any point, ask the wall to become a normal wall again, to stop showing whatever it was showing to you. And I would like to ask you to now pick a memory, a trauma. It can also be a cluster of memories to work with during this meditation. And now, if you like to proceed with this meditation, when you're ready, you can ask the wall to show you this trauma. Just like watching a video or photographs, you're going to watch the details of the trauma that you want to process. And you can watch it from your safe spot. You're not right in the memory. You're just watching it without trying to change it. Just processing what happened. Now take your time to do so. Check in with yourself. Are you still breathing? Into your belly. And see if you can calm yourself down with gentle breathing while you're going through the details of that trauma. While you're letting that trauma be in your awareness. You don't need to remember all the details. Just whatever pops up. Be with it. And see if you can keep breathing all the way down into your belly. Notice your own feelings. Do you hate the memory? Does it make you feel ashamed? Does it make you feel scared? Does it make you feel sad? What comes up in you while watching this wall? Then place one or two hands on your heart. See if you can give like 50% of your attention to being with yourself, being with your heart, and the other half of your attention to still watching that memory. See if your hands on your heart can make it a little bit easier to accept that all of this happened. Now, let your hands rest again wherever you want to. And ask the wall, the crystal wall that has been showing you this trauma, ask it to stop showing it to you. Let it turn back into that beautiful crystal wall. And so there you find yourself again, sitting in that crystal cave, safely, because this memory is already of the past. Acknowledge that you survived it and that it wasn't easy. That surely you did your best to take good care of yourself. Yet, this happened, this overcame you. And right now is a perfect moment to be with yourself in compassion. See if you can find perhaps a little bit of lightness around it. Knowing that you've made a step in processing the trauma, in loving yourself, in accepting the past, in opening yourself up for a better future. Take a couple of deep breaths. Check in with yourself. Is there anything you need before you can finish this meditation? Once you're ready, wiggle your toes, your fingers. Take one more deep breath in. And on your out breath, blink your eyes open. You can repeat this meditation as often as you like, as long as you feel it benefits your healing process. And you can also use it for different memories. For now, I wish you a beautiful rest of your day. Thank you for meditating along with me.